What's up everybody, AnimeX here, and in this video I'll be starting yet another new what if, and just like the title and thumbnail suggests, I'll be talking about what I think would happen if Naruto and Menma, from the kind of filler Infinite Tsukiyomi thing, were brothers. This is actually something that I recently thought of one day while scripting another what if series, and I thought it'd be a good idea to test it out on the channel. Due to me not knowing how good this what if will do on the channel, however, I'll set the like goal pretty low at 750 likes. If you guys do enjoy this and want a part 2 or just want this series to continue in general, 750 likes is the initial gateway like goal. Anyways, as usual, with initial parts, I'll start off with some background info, then jump into the new material. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, one of the few things that need to be established in this what if is that Naruto and Menma will actually both be born as twins at the time where Kushina and Minato meet their untimely demise. And as a result of this, Naruto and Menma both being loved by Minato, instead of sealing half of Kurama inside of his own body, he sees it fit to seal half of Kurama within Menma and Naruto, making them both technically Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. Now, with these two main factors out of the way, it's time to jump into the story. Everything else that I'll have to talk about will just be established within the story. Now, we start this story off a little differently than I have with my other stories. This actually kicks off with the quarrel of two brothers who haven't had the paternal or maternal discipline that both of these children desperately need. In this fight, it is over what is going to be eaten for dinner. Naruto votes ramen, saying it is the best tasting food within all the village, especially if you go to Ichiraku Ramen shop, and Menma, who is slightly more mature, says that if he eats ramen all day every day, Naruto will never catch up to him in height. This comment hits a little too close for home for Naruto, who is basically seen as the younger of the two, even though they are twins. Don't act as if you are stronger than me, Menma. I hate when you do that. Naruto then charges at Menma and throws a punch that Menma easily dodges. He then grabs Naruto's extended arm, twists it, and slams Naruto on the floor, pinning him. If you don't want me acting like I'm stronger than you, then don't make me stronger than you. Naruto then groans on the ground as he hates when this happens. Naruto taps out, making Menma relax his grip and let Naruto get up. Do we really have to eat vegetables though? Menma's confident grin then changes to a much more caring one as he rubs Naruto's head. We'll compromise. You can eat ramen, but only if there are a lot of vegetables in them. Naruto nods, saying that they can eat the ramen after they head to the academy. Menma grabs his supplies and the two rush off, heading to the academy as fast as they can. On the way, Naruto is giving these glaring looks that just exude, or is getting these glaring looks, I should say, that just exude disgust and hatred. On the way, Naruto asks Menma if he knows why they get these looks from people like that, and Menma just smiles. It's because they expect a lot from us, Naruto. Don't worry though. As long as I'm here, you never have to worry about them. Naruto then smiles warmly as they arrive to the academy. Now, upon getting there, Menma and Naruto receive completely different welcomes from everyone there, even though they are both Jinchuriki. When Naruto shows up, every child either looks disgusted at Naruto or they make a path for him so they don't have to come near or come into contact with him. When Menma appears, nearly everyone flocks to him and swamps him, trying to talk to him or even just trying to see him. This always annoys Naruto whenever they come to the academy but he is kind of used to it by now. Naruto grumbles, wondering why everyone likes Menma and not him. What's so great about Menma? I mean, sure, his red hair is pretty cool. Sure, he's a lot taller than me. Sure, he's a pretty talented ninja, but that doesn't mean anything. We are twins after all. Should be a package deal. Now, within the academy, just like in any other place, in any form, there is a sort of social hierarchy. Here, it's based on two things: skill and appearance. Unfortunately, Menma took both of these traits in spades when both he and Naruto were born. In terms of skill, Menma is someone who can actually beat Sasuke pretty frequently, with the two of them not really being rivals, but with Menma being the overall superior, and someone who has this sense of just being older and wiser than everyone else there. Because of this, everyone swoons over him, and his skills, with the only person who gets that amount of attention as well being Sasuke. People like Sakura and Ino, who are initially very vain, find themselves struggling to decide between Sasuke and Menma at times. Naruto hates this. Whenever he's around other people, he can't help but feel inferior to his brother that he cares about so dearly. Meaning that, even though he doesn't really want to, he does have this inferiority complex when it comes to being near Menma. Menma knows that Naruto feels this way about all the attention that he gets, and tries to steer away from it happening as often as possible. Although it is difficult when everyone likes him and wants to get his attention. Today is one of the worst days for Naruto, however, because it's the day of the week where all the genin spar using purely taijutsu abilities. This time, Naruto is very unlucky because it is him and Menma that are being pitted up against each other, and this shows the real disparity between the two. Not just in looks and not just basically in appearance or attitude, but just showing how much better Menma is than Naruto, at least in terms of skill as a shinobi. Now, when the fight between them starts, Naruto yells out and declares that no matter what happens here, he will become the Hokage and surpass all of the previous ones. This makes Menma smile as he hears that Naruto is still motivated to become Hokage in spite of the doubts that other people have for him. Naruto then leaps at Menma full speed and throws a punch. Menma easily ducks this and throws an uppercut that hits Naruto in the gut and sends Naruto to his knees. Naruto then looks up at Menma, dead set on hitting him within this fight. Naruto continues. He kicks up, stopping short of connecting a blow to Menma's face. As Naruto continues to punch, kick, and fight futilely, he hears the smirk and murmurs of other students that are watching at the time. Menma then catches a punch from Naruto and knees him in the stomach, which lifts Naruto's body off the ground ever so slightly. Then, in the same fluid movement, he takes the airborne Naruto and flips him over his shoulder, slamming it to the ground, which leaves Naruto lying in the dirt, beaten by his brother once more. Come on, Naruto. You should have known Menma's a superior brother. This is a random sentence that he hears within the crowd, and he doesn't really know who it is. But this sentence rings through Naruto's ears as he closes his eyes, trying to stop his emotions from coming to the forefront. Naruto gets up, just about to release his anger for being put down by everyone near him, but Menma puts his hand on Naruto's shoulder, instantly acting as a calming presence to his little brother. Menma then turns around and looks at the crowd, his eyes radiating with anger. Who said that about my brother? Step forward. When Menma asks this, everyone else, even the people who didn't say it or weren't even thinking it, get nervous and break into a sweat. Menma then turns to Naruto. You aren't inferior to me, Naruto. Naruto has tears well up in his eyes as Menma talks to him. Menma once again looks at the crowd. If any of you talk bad about my brother again, his eyes then change. You'll have to face me. Menma's eyes then for a split second turn slit-like, but he helps Naruto up and tells him that he'll treat him to some ramen after the fight. Naruto wipes the tears out of his eyes, and after the day of basically training and the day in the academy, Naruto and Menma head over to Ichiraku's shop. After gorging themselves on ramen, Menma and Naruto head home for a good night of sleep. This is when Naruto thinks that Menma is finally gone to sleep, or after he thinks that Menma's finally gone to sleep. Naruto heads outside to start doing some training. Starts with push-ups, sit-ups, kicks, and punches, everything they can do until they can no longer feel his arms or legs. I swear, Menma, I'll make everyone see me as your equal. Now, as Naruto leaves the house to go work out, basically, train, Menma opens his eyes and sees Naruto leave. Menma knew that Naruto was going to go train, especially after that beating that he took during the fight, and Menma decides to take this time to train for himself. Naruto, I'm glad that you want to surpass me, but you'll have to work even harder if you want to catch up to me. Menma, as Naruto leaves the house, starts doing some working out of his own, training within the confines of the house. Now, the next day, Naruto and Menma head to the academy for the graduation test in order to become genin and move on from this rank of just being an academy student. Menma easily passes this test due to the raw talent and skill that he has, but Naruto, just like in the original, has trouble even making one clone. After this, he's approached by Mizuki, who tries to give him an alternate route and basically tries to help him out, telling him that by stealing the scroll of sealing, this will allow him to become a genin. Mizuki is also careful to dictate that Naruto does not tell anyone about his endeavors, including his brother. That way, it becomes a surprise to him. Naruto, of course, at least at this point in time, is naive enough to believe what Mizuki says. So, later that night, Naruto tells Menma that he'll be going out. When will you be back, Naruto? We'll probably be picking up some ramen for you, so I just need to know. And Naruto says that he won't take too long and rushes out of the door. Just like in the original, Naruto ends up going to the Hokage's office, stealing the scroll, and when Hiruzen tries to catch him, using the sexy jutsu to knock him out. After this, he heads into the woods and learns the multi-shadow clone jutsu that is within it. After a bit of practicing, Naruto is confronted by Mizuki. Now, during this time, Mizuki appears and reveals something to Naruto after berating him for a little bit. Both you and your brother are Jinchuriki of the Nine-Tailed Fox that destroyed our village. I shall slay one half of this beast now, and I'll kill Mizuki later. Mizuki then throws a shuriken at Naruto, and just before it lands, stabbing him in the chest, Menma appears out of nowhere on the scene, grabs Naruto, and moves out the way. "Are you okay, Naruto?" Menma holds Naruto in his arms, even though they were cut by the shuriken after it passed him. Naruto nods, and Menma places his brother onto the ground, then turns to Mizuki, and gives a look that makes Mizuki shudder in fear. "You tricked my brother, and tried to kill him? There is only one way to making my brother this upset." Menma then disappears above Mizuki, then spins and kicks him down onto the ground, breaking the tree branch that he's on. "And that is with your life." Menma then picks up Mizuki, grabbing him by his hair and holding him up to him. He then punches him in the stomach and tosses him to the ground, completely embarrassing Mizuki at this point and utterly dominating him. Now, just when Menma is about to land the final hit on Mizuki, Naruto grabs his hand, stopping him. "Let me handle him. Let me show you how much stronger I've gotten, brother." Menma is at first surprised by this, but then steps back as Naruto looks at Mizuki, who's getting up. "It's my lucky day if I get to fight the weaker of the two brothers." Naruto then just smiles. "If you think my brother beat you bad, I'm gonna make you feel that pain times 1,000. Mizuki and Menma are both confused when Naruto says this, and then Naruto makes the hand seals for the multi-shadow clone jutsu. And Naruto then makes 1,000 clones that all surround Mizuki, completely ready to just demolish this man. Both Menma and Mizuki are surprised that Naruto has grown so much in that of a single night, and this makes Menma smile as Naruto barrages Mizuki with attacks, and then punches, kicks, and all kinds of stuff that are just utterly bodying Menma. Or Mizuki, I should say. Menma is blown back by this, and is just very happy that his brother has grown so much. After this happens, Naruto walks over to Menma as the two decide to head home for a nice bowl of ramen. And that, everybody, is where I'm going to end part 1 to the What If Naruto and Menma Were Brothers series. If you guys did enjoy this video and do want another part to it, make sure to hit the 750 like goal that I placed on this video. I believe that if enough of you guys like it and enjoy it, you guys can definitely hit 750 likes. It's just a matter of whether or not you guys will enjoy the series and want to see it continue. Now, as usual, I'll be leaving links to my social media down below, and for all of you guys that are want to interact with me on a more personal level and all that kind of good stuff, I'll leave links to my Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and all that good stuff down below. Now, as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, this is AnimeX. Signing off.